Could you say your catchphrase?
Oh, of course.
You know, the do.
Let's see. Then I did something recently for somebody and they were like, that's not the voice. I was like, okay, guys, come on, stop being critical.
You're like, let me try again.
Jeez, it's been a while. Like, we don't have the reboot like happening. So, okay, let's see. Hey, Wade, what's the sitch?
Wow!
I hope that was good enough for the internet.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
Thank you for doing that. I'm sure.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
People
I
ask
actually
me
really
that?
miss doing the voice. I love her voice. It's so clean and like pure and just like positive. Like, I think there was something about her character that the reason I don't mind talking about it is because she's just such a good influence on like everybody.
Yeah.
There's like nothing problematic.
Especially for like young girls. I think seeing a girl that's just so strong and kicking butt and
That's so
independent.
true.
Like, I think that's cool to see for young girls, young women.
I definitely was doing like somersaults in my grandma and grandpa's hallway and stuff. Like after watching it.
I thought she was so cool.
She
As a little boy, I was like, I want to be Kim. She's awesome.
She was very, like, people could identify with her and it didn't have to be boy or girl. And also, like, the power dynamic between her and Ron, it was just different. And then the fact that they ended up dating was like a really big deal in like the whole Disney animation world. So, and one of the really crazy things about Kim was that she was one of the first Disney characters to get a change of outfits, because so many of our young watchers were like, we want Kim to wear this, we want Kim to wear that. So finally they gave her different outfits like later into the seasons. And you'll see her wearing different things, but she really only had originally she had her mission outfit, her one high school outfit, and her cheerleading outfit. But then they really started making her change her outfits. And it was like, how do you animate that? You know, that's really detailed work. So I know it's kind of nerdy, but.
That's so cool. How did you think about voice acting? Like, because before you'd been acting, was it like, wait, I want to be on screen? Or was it like, this is a really cool, fun new project and a way to explore acting in general?
Having the theater background and using my voice for so many years, it was sort of just a very natural fit for me to be doing that. Being a singer, it was a really good time for me to learn, especially I think I was like 16 at the time. So it was kind of like, how do I learn how to use this side of my voice as a talent, as a feature? And while she wasn't very different, the fact that I can still do her voice at 40 and I've had a lot of miles on my vocal cords. It's like, there's something to the training that I had early on. They were like, hey, no, do it like this. And this is the intention of why she sounds like that. So there actually is quite much more to Kim than people would think. Somebody was saying, I think they were like, that's her customer service voice. And I was like, I guess I could see that.
You're like, it works.
That's funny.
It works.
And landing that role, that's such a big deal. So how did that all come about, becoming Kim and getting that part?
Yeah, Kim was basically just synergistic from Disney Channel. I think they did actually have a lot of people. I believe Allison Hannigan was one of the options, and then she ended up becoming the mom in the live action movie, and I find that really funny. But I think they just vibed with the fact that I was the girl's age. You know what I mean? I was a couple years older than what she was, and I had some sensibilities that made more authentic sense to her, you know? And I had a sense of like sarcasticness in my voice that could also be not off-putting and fun when it came to Will's voice being very slapsticky and crazy. So I was kind of the straight person. And then we worked a lot on Kim's, like, we called it stealth mode. So when she'd have to be in mission mode, I'd have to be like really intense. And so that was something we worked on a lot.
That's so wild. Is the time commitment, like, for you, it's less on a voice acting job rather than your traditional?
Yeah, because it's kind of like podcasting. Like, you can batch content if you needed to. So like they'll do, I think for the most, gosh, I don't even remember, this is way too long ago, but like, I think you can do multiple episodes in one day of sessions if you had to, but you can certainly, even if it's not more than one episode, if say you do like a secondary character that doesn't have as many, they can batch episodes up. And then if they come back with like ADR work where it's like they've animated some of it and now they just need, extra oomphs and whatever's, you can do a ton of different episodes, but technically you're a session performer. So there's not that much money in it.
Interesting.
People don't realize this, but there's not a lot of money in it.
Dang.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Shoot. Okay. I would have hoped that you would have been rolling it from Kim.
No, I know it's
Get
kind
your
of the
Kim
honor.
checks.
You have to believe in the honor of it, the legacy of it. That's why I think I am proud of it, because it's like, my goodness, like, how are we still talking about it, right? And it had 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So the impact is just really cool. And I mean, there's obviously been talk about there being a reboot. There was some serious talk about there being a reboot. To the specifics of that, I'm not allowed to talk about. But at the same time, it's also kind of a very corporate thing where, how many times can we express to the powers that be that, like, it's still relevant, like that people still care, and that now those people have kids and their daughters who have red hair. This just happened to me like 48 hours ago when I was at a baseball game. There's this little girl. She's got beautiful, beautiful red hair. I think she was about 11 years old. And she's like, oh my gosh. The mom was like, she was KP like 3 Halloweens ago. We're always trying to find red-haired girls for her to be. And she just had the best time. And when she pulled up the picture for me, and now this is a kid who didn't, watch the show when it was originally on. She just had the biggest, coolest, like, fun smile on her face, because I think there's something about cosplaying as KP that makes girls feel like truly, I don't know, like empowered.
Yeah.
Something about, like you're saying, it's like you just were trying to be her and pretend to be her.